Okay, hello, I'm back. Today's topic is specifically addressing tenants. Okay. So on the ground now, I think a very popular topic now is the sky high rentals that is in the Singapore market. Okay. Everywhere rental has gone up, some even more than double. All right. It's very common now. All right. And I think as tenants, this will be a very interesting topic for you today. Have you thought of turning your rentals, the rentals that you pay every month, into your own savings? All right. I have spoke before in my previous videos about using property to hedge against inflation and turning your uh, own property and using every month, right, repaying your mortgage as a form of savings into your own bank, okay, to hedge against inflation. Okay, if you find that putting your deposit into the normal bank, um, you will realize that your dollar is actually eroding away, and will never be able to catch up against inflation, right? Property is a very, very good investment tool to hedge against this inflation. All right. So number two, what is your opportunity cost when you are paying someone else's mortgage? Okay. So today you pay your rent to your landlord, right? Every month you pay this rent. A landlord take this rent and go and pay back, then go and pay the bank, right? Pay his mortgage. So you are actually paying someone else's mortgage essentially. All right. So rather than do that, is there a way that you can use and turn this into your own savings? All right. And what are the opportunity costs that you may be missing out if you are doing this for somebody else? Okay. All right. I think this chart also now is quite popular. All right. I think you've seen this chart before in many of my previous videos. I always use this chart. All right. So as a tenant, okay, I would say that you're not even a bystander. You know, bystander is I maybe I'm not renting, maybe I'm staying, I don't have my own property, maybe I'm living with my parents, I'm looking to buy into something, but I'm just trying to time the market. I'm looking at different properties, what suits me, and I haven't bought into the market yet. Okay, I've yet to enter the market. All right. It's not so bad because I'm not making any commitments, or I'm not making any payments yet. But as a tenant, you are actually contributing to this. All right, you're actually contributing to the landlord. Okay, you see, property, of course, there's up and down, right? If you notice, all the down, right, all the lows are every subsequent low is always higher than the previous low. This would mean that, of course, in the long term, property in Singapore is on the uptrend. Okay, this is undoubted, all right, with the numbers clear here for you to see. So of course you're riding it out, up and down, okay, and going up. But as a tenant, and you pay your landlord every month your rental, right? You are not actually not even a bystander, but you are actually contributing to this, contributing to his profits, okay, in the long run. So is that a kind of opportunity cost that you're missing out here? Okay. Now, next, I would like to share with you something called amortization. Okay, this is how calculating our mortgage works in Singapore. Okay. In simple terms, your principal increases every month, okay, and your interest decreases every month. Okay, I will take a real life example here. Okay, Martin Modern. All right, this was sold in December of 2022. Okay, the size is 1012 square feet, sold for 2.65 million. So if you take a look, the mortgage repayment per month will be 9,604. This is based on about 4.5% interest rate. Okay, so current high interest rate environment, I use 4.5%. Then we take a look at the rent in January 2023. Okay, Martin Modern, based on about 1,000 to 1,100 square feet, the rent is going for about 9,500. All right, this is a transacted rent. Yeah, so 9,500 versus your mortgage monthly repayment of 9,600. All right. So how do we determine whether or not it's worth investing in? Okay. And as a owner rather than a tenant. So first of all, we need to determine the cost, right? So your cost every month will be, first of all, definitely the interest, okay, which is this portion here. Okay, and remember this is reducing every month. Number two, the maintenance fee. So roughly about maintenance fee for about a three-bedder, roughly maybe $450 a month to $500 a month, thereabouts. Okay. Property tax. I will show you the property tax calculation on the next page. And of course, the rest of it goes into your principal. Okay, and this will be termed as your savings. All right, and take note, the principal, of course, increases every month, and your interest decreases every month. Okay, so now it will make sense if all these three, which is your cost, is lower than your rent of 9,500. Okay, so let's do a calculation. Okay, based on the property tax for the annual value of 64,800 is $3,410 per annum. That would work out to $284 a month. Okay. Your maintenance fee, let's say $500 a month. And your interest, okay? Your interest a month, roughly about 6,700, though it's slowly decreasing, but let's use 6,700, okay? So $6,700. So 6,700 plus 500 plus 284. This comes up to be $7,484 per month. Okay. Now, if you remember, the rent is actually 9,500, right? But if this is your true cost of ownership, then the rest will be your savings. All right. So in this case, you will realize that it is definitely more worth it for you to buy. Okay, you split up it into the numbers like this. Okay. Now, as a foreigner, okay, if you happen to come from these countries, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, Switzerland, or United States, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, congratulations. You buy into Singapore property without having to pay any ABSD for a first property. You're buying just like a local. All right. So, of course, why I address being a foreigner, if happen that you don't fall within any of these 5 countries, right? Which areas into Singapore would you buy that you can actually leverage on this ABSD, because you are going to pay ABSD anyway? So right now is 30%. Okay, pay at 30%. Now, if I ask you to go and buy places on the outskirts like Punggol, Sengkang, Tampines, Choa Chu Kang, Bukit Batok, Yishun, these will not be so attractive because the main people who are buying into all these areas are locals. And locals, right? Singapore, they pay 0% ABSD. So if you have to pay a 30% from the start, then you are 30% behind the majority of your neighbors there. And this will not be a very good advantage for you should you decide to exit the investment a couple of years down the road. Okay, so where to buy? Now, I think traditionally we as a foreigner, if I were to invest in, say, for example, in Thailand, right? I would definitely look into places like Bangkok. I will not go and find the small villages around, and I won't go and invest there because I don't know much about this place. And most of my compatriots that are investing there are invested in the big city. All right. So in Singapore, we have the CCR, which is the core central region of Singapore. Okay, namely your district 1, 2, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so there will be a huge bulk of foreigners invested into this area as well. Okay, the moment they come into Singapore, this is the place they like to go to invest, to buy property. So if you are buying a property and you have to already pay this 30% ABSD, it will definitely make sense for you to join the rest of them, which are mainly in this area, all right, and not go towards the outskirts of Singapore. Okay, so this is something which you can consider to actually hedge against this paying a additional buyer stamp duty. Okay, so yeah, that's my sharing today. And I think if you are a tenant, okay, it will definitely make sense for you, all right, to look into turning your rental into your savings, all right? And yeah, thanks very much for joining me on this episode today. And please stay tuned to my future episodes as well. Thank you.